Thank you, President. Under the Liberal and National Government, our state has been falling behind in ensuring our building and construction industry is sufficiently regulated. It is evident that the fire protection industry is not adequately regulated, which poses a risk to all of our residents. Currently in New South Wales, there is no licence or qualification required to undertake the regular inspecting and testing of crucial fire protection systems. The lack of an effective licensing regime poses a momentous risk to the community, as ineffective or non-functioning fire protection systems can cause catastrophic harm. New South Wales Labor listened to the fire protection industry experts and workers, analysed the lack of regulations, and prior to the last election, we committed to creating a fire protection inspection and testing licence. Unfortunately, the government have continued to ignore the urgent warnings from fire industry experts and have failed to improve regulation, leaving our own residents at risk. Currently, a licence is required for the installation and modification of fire protection systems. A comprehensive qualification is needed to gain this licence. However, there is no licence or qualification required to inspect and test fire protection systems, which is outrageous. Training experts reiterate that knowledge of the whole system is essential. Individuals completing this work should have to undertake a qualification where they are able to accumulate a well-developed knowledge of the technicalities of the systems, in addition to acquiring the appropriate competencies and experience. States such as Queensland and Victoria recognise the acute risks posed to their residents and improved regulations. Nationally, industry experts warn that New South Wales is in a terrible position in regards to the inspecting and testing of systems, which include sprinklers, hydrants and hoses, with no licence or qualification required. Anyone can undertake the work. We have 1/3 of our nation's population. We should not be behind in making the essential regulations that protect the lives of our residents. There shouldn't be individuals without the essential knowledge from educational institutions who haven't completed the appropriate tradesperson training carrying out this crucial work. This does not mean that good workers currently in the industry should be out of work. In Victoria, when they recognised the need to strengthen the regulations, they implemented a process where work history could be evaluated by the regulator and granted a transitional registration period for training and recognised prior learning or apprenticeships. Theo Samatsopoulos, State Secretary of the Plumbing Trades Employee Union, and the union's members have been tirelessly calling for our state to step up like other states have and create this licence to protect our residents. These workers have seen firsthand that crucial work is not being done correctly, stating that they constantly see systems that fail vital tests as they have not been inspected and tested correctly because unqualified individuals lack the skills to identify failures in protection systems. There is a heightened risk in New South Wales due to the significant cladding problem in our state. Well-functioning and correctly tested fire protection systems are our first line of defence to protect lives. This was demonstrated in 2015 when combustible cladding caused a fire in the La Crosse Docklands building in Melbourne. The fire brigade said that the building's sprinkler system operated beyond its design capability. Otherwise, the fire would have been much, much worse. Lives were saved as the building was serviced by qualified fire protection workers. In 2000, tragically, 15 people were killed in the Childers Backpacker Hostel fire. The coronial inquest findings demonstrated that there was no working fire alarms and stated the loss of life could have been significantly reduced by an operating smoke alarm system or the installation of an automatic fire sprinkler system. Catastrophic incidents should be a reminder to the government as to why it is vital that they need to take this issue seriously. The best method to mitigate safety risks and hazards in high-risk industries where poorly performed work can have life and death consequences is to guarantee that people undertaking the work are highly qualified and trained workers. A fire protection inspection and testing licence needs to be established in our state.